Well, looky here. Big Dan fixed my Olympus stove. I got it sitting here perking. He put a new seal in it. There's my huge tomato plant, about 5 feet tall. It's a 5-gallon bucket. But here's the Optimus stove, just like PAMPAW had when I was a little bitty kid. We are heating it up. See if this seal's gonna hold. Oh, it's roaring. That's how it's supposed to sound. Big Dan, you're a genius. Look at that sucker roar. Yeah, baby. Man, I'd say he cleaned it out perfectly. What a deal. It's a cooking. Again, there's the there's the tomato plant. It's just unbelievable. I mean, that's 5 foot tall, coming out of a 5-gallon bucket. Pretty big plant. There's my cactus. Sucker is roaring. Called roarers because they make that noise. Optimus stove. What a deal. Sucker is roaring away. Beautiful sunny day here in Montana. Please subscribe, like, share, and comment to my YouTube channel. We're cooking. Boiling water here on the balcony in town. Dan told me to run it a while after he put a new seal in the cap. That's what the problem was out at gopher camp, along with the fact that it was cold and raining and there were no gophers. But this sucker is roaring now, baby. What a deal. Can't wait to call Dan and tell him how good it's working. Man, that's a nice little stove. Again, when I was a little kid, 5 years old, PAMPAW took me hunting down at Hearn, Texas. He was going to take Brad and Marshall and me, and our mothers told him, "Don't be silly, Dad. You'll lose one of them." We're all, his grandsons. And they said, "Take Kirk, and if you bring him back alive, we'll let you leave him here and take one other one. Take one at a time." So I got to go first. I was the guinea pig. And you talking about fun. I'm 5 years old, and we're sleeping in a little camper on the back of PAMPAW Gummelt's big old Jeep pickup truck, full-size Jeep truck. And he had a little bitty camper on top of it. It was only about 3 feet tall above the bed of the rim of the bed. But he had plywood at the top of the pickup bed level, everything stored underneath the plywood. And then we crawled up on the tailgate and got in the little camper top. It was only 3 feet tall. You had to, watch it or you'd bump your head. Well, a little bitty 5-year-old kid, I thought I was in the Taj Mahal. I'm in there having a blast, and PAMPAW and I get up in the morning, and he cooks his coffee on this little blue stove, and then he cooked our eggs and bacon and all that. And I thought I was in Alaska, sitting out there in the dark with a lantern before sunrise. And he had this Optimus stove, and hopefully I'll never forget it, but he used it for, those little trips. And then when we put the big tin up, he had big Coleman stoves. Then he had just like a cafe 3-burner deal in a row. We sat on this big oak table, and it was 3 huge propane burners, and we could cook 2 pounds of bacon and 2 dozen scrambled eggs all at the same time while he was heating his coffee up. So we didn't use this anymore. We used big stoves. And so years later, I was working with Dan at Brady's Gun Counter, and I came in one day and he's cleaning this little blue stove up, and I said, "Oh my gosh, that's PAMPAW stove." He said, "No, it isn't, it's mine, and I got 7 of them." I said, "What?" He said, "Yeah." So anyway, he said, "I'll get you the next one I find." And then finally he found one for me, and I got, look here, my water's boiling. I'd say the stove is a success. Make a little hot chocolate right here on the veranda. Look at that baby work. Wow. Okay, there she is. I think I'm gonna shut it down for a minute. Cool. Optimus stove. Look at that puppy. Beautiful. Alrighty. Goody, goody, goody. Look at that little bitty tomato plant. I pulled about, I don't know, a dozen ripe tomatoes off of it. There's one getting red up in there. But I got parachute cord coming out, holding these big limbs up, because there's a cage right there. That's the top of the big old tomato cage, but they have escaped it long ago. All right, everybody, take 3 deep breaths. It'll relax you. Take care of your friends and family. Adios.